think we're streaming live. Just need to just cross check for a minute and then I'll start. Okay, I think we are live now. So I'll be starting. So good evening, one and all. Welcome to today's webinar on financial literacy. So I've chosen the topic, say after a lot of thought. I was supposed to give this topic today in IDA Kolkata, but it got postponed by 2 weeks on almost a similar topic to 26th. But still I went because the presentation was almost ready. So I still, I'm going ahead with this presentation. So yes, the one with the same topic on 26 will be slightly different from this because my never two presentations on same topic are same. So it'll be different from it. So let me just share my screen first. I hope the screen is visible now. So give me a couple of thumbs up if the screen is visible. Okay, great. So today's topic is financial insights. It is coming from a dentist. It is from a dentist perspective. So today I'll be giving you a few things which actually make a difference in dentist life and we should be aware of it. It is actually the part 2 of the financial literacy. Exactly a month back on 12th of August, I had taken a session on financial literacy or financial basics, which is kind of a prelude or a prequel to this. So if some of you find some terms alien, you are free to watch that session. It is on my YouTube channel. So I've already told a lot many times about it. You can watch that channel. So let's begin without much ado. So all my finance presentations always begin with thanking my dad, who has been instrumental in guiding me to say teach finance or say share financial things with you all. Definitely my MBA finance also has a role. And big thanks is due to Lord Almighty as well, who's given me much more than what I deserve. So nothing without that can happen in anybody's life if we talk of that sense. So this is my brief biodata. Most of you are already aware of it. So today's session is Zoom free session as a part of my say initiative, which I have taken to inculcate financial literacy amongst the dentists of India. So that has been my endeavor. So definitely in this year, I'll be doing a few more sessions as a part of my trial setup to check the viability and say the cohesiveness of this platform. So what we will be discussing today is see from my eyes, the very essentials for a dentist. It will be a very basic session. As I said, it is kind of a part 2. So those who haven't attended part 1 can definitely go to the YouTube channel to watch the part 2. August 12th, it was there exactly a month back. So let's have some insights about savings, investment, planning, budgeting, and a few more. And of course, loan management, one of the biggest, say, pitfalls for all the dentists. So financial planning is a versatile domain. It basically involves managing money, investing, planning for retirement, your debt, your real estate planning if you're planning to go ahead for that, and tax planning. Of course, all of us want to be financially secure and meet our say unexpected expenses most of all, and then keep up with the cost of living. And the financial planning part, basically it helps us attain financial freedom and achieve those goals. And the only thing is these things begin from answering a few questions. What are those questions? These questions need to be answered. That First of all, how much money you need actually for your retirement life. Then what is the amount of life insurance if you were to say have a mishap and pass off suddenly, god forbid, and how much will be the amount you'll be requiring. Then how much for children's higher education and all those decisions. There are so many questions which we need to, of course, seniors, or say senior citizens, or our parents medical conditions, and their other aspects also need to be taken into this thing. So building a financial plan is very essential, is irrespective of what age are you in. Some of you might be in your 20s, 28, 29, some of you in 30s, some of you in 40s, a few, Dr. Rajesh, are like in 50s. So it is required at every stage. You have different needs and say demands for every age. You cannot actually say that now that time is gone, I cannot do anything about it. So the basics need to be understood very well. What are your goals? How much money you need? How much risk can you take? What is your current net worth, or your say value overall? And where should you invest totally? So money management, if we talk about it, is not a rocket science, and you really don't need to be from a financial background. I am not from a financial background technically. Maybe yes, my father was a financial advisor, a banker, say a guru or a CA teacher to so many CA students of Punjab and a few from India as well. So technically, my background is science. I'm a dentist like all of you, but the only thing is that it does not need so much of say it complexity. What I have been trying in the past 3 or 4 years, 3.5 years of my WhatsApp groups and my different kind of webinars, which I have started taking this year only, I've tried to simplify things for colleagues so that they are actually, say, well versed with the technology or the financial aspects, which are becoming the essential part. You may be earning a lot from practice management. You may be earning in the right way, courtesy medical legal ethics and aspects in dentistry. But if you don't know how to earn from your own money, or how to manage your money, or how to plan your say strategy or financial planning, then you ought to realize that you are actually a zero. So deciding to save is the first step towards money management. And money management is an important skill. It should be a continuous one, and always having some amount of emergency money, doing your expenses very carefully, and all these aspects actually are little steps which contribute a lot to great amount of financial independence. So plan your finances today to fulfill your future needs and improve your lifestyle. What all that include: investment, retirement planning, as I fondly call it, alternate retirement investment planning, then insurance, loans, emergency cash. So let's begin with understanding of a few concepts today. I'll be just dealing with a few concepts today. Almost, mm, I will say 99% of the slides are new today. Nobody of you has seen these slides, because since these were made with a different topic for a different platform altogether. But yes, when that platform will happen, as I told you, it was meant for ID Kolkata. But then when that happens 2 weeks after this Saturday on 26th, so I'll be having at least 25 to 30% change in these slides as well. So let's understand the inflation part first. So what is inflation? इन्फ्लेशन सिंपल भाषा में बोलूं तो महंगाई. टाइम के साथ चीज़ों में रेट में बढ़ोतरी होती है. एट अ स्टेडी राइज इन प्राइसेस ऑफ एनीथिंग, be it goods, be it services. You have to remember this thing. And the only thing is that if you have this bundle of cash, let's suppose a 10,000 rupees cash bundle, 100 rupees, 100 notes, and you have that bundle since say 2010. Practically, what value the bundle had in 2010 was 10,000. But in today's time, let's say 10 years down the line, the bundle will have a value of approximately 7,000 rupees. The things you could buy for 10,000, now you will need say 30% more, maybe 13,000 or around slightly more than that, to buy the same thing. Or the number of things you could buy in that amount, that have limited down, or you can buy only a limited amount worth of 7,000 only in 10,000 today. So this is the, say, basically concept which actually eats into your savings and investment. and you have to understand the importance of inflation. Unless you understand that one word, inflation or महंगाई, or compensating for that, you will not be able to actually say save much, because the only thing is that whatever your inflation is, your returns have to beat that returns of your investments. Because if you don't do that, you will be actually decreasing or eating from your capital, eating from your pocket, eating from your saved money, if I may simplify it that way. So if you keep your money in a saving bank or a bank FD, saving bank like a nationalized bank, 3.5%, some banks like Federal and SBI linking it with the repo rate and giving up to 2.75% now in a saving account, you will fall short of your goals. And it has a decompounding effect. It also decreases the value of your money. And if you say invest 1 lakh at 7% per annum and your inflation is growing at 10%, you're actually eating -3 from your pocket. Don't go by the government figures, what the government gives for inflation, 5%, 4%, 6%. Their number hovers from 3 to 6% only. But the actual cost is just, again, COVID times discounted. Just calculate in the month of February 2020, what were your expenses. Of course, those were normal times. February 2020 में 2020 में आपने कितने खर्चा किया अपने नॉर्मल में. And if you are maintaining accounts, if you are maintaining your expense account, expense sheet, or even a kacha hisab, go back to February 2019. Just check. I'm not telling you to check the clinic. Just check your routine regular expenses. If your regular expenses in February 2019 have been 40,000 per month, I can bet you most likely the same would be 44,000 in February 2020 when the times were normal. Again, COVID times discounted, because average cost of living increases by 10% every year. Of course, those expenses will have a large or a huge chunk of our wants, not only our needs. Wants will be your vacation, dining out, movies, leisure, say all those things which give you, say, pleasure. So these are the things you have to actually keep in mind. Of course, if your wants have been limited, definitely your those expenses will come down. And if you compare these May, June, July, August 2020 with May, June, July, August 2019, you will actually realize कि इस वक्त आपके expenses कम हैं. Not because that you are spending less, just because your wants have diminished hugely. Needs are the things which we actually encourage in or involve ourselves in. But say wants are the things which actually say make our expenses actually costly. So if you don't have a provision for inflation, your purchase power will not increase even after years of investing. What do I mean by this? It's something, I've given you an example of 7% investment. Today, many people are still fond of investing in, say, or keeping their money as a safety measure in FDs. FDs are not giving more than 5.5, 5.2, 5.4, maximum 6% more. Even that is not there. So that is not good enough to beat inflation, because I've given, I've placed many YouTube videos and told in many presentations as well. The actual return of a premature FD would be close to 2.5 to 3%, which is actually peanuts, even less than your saving bank account. And there is a video on YouTube on that. If you don't agree with me, you can actually visit and watch that video and have a discussion with me on that. So things will go on. As I said, the 10,000 in 2020 to 2010, which you had, will have a value of 7,000 today. So you have to keep in mind the inflation concept. Then taxes. We as Indians hate to pay tax. We hate to pay anything to the government. We don't realize that whatever we can invest, cannot invest in black. Every investment will have to be made in white only. And that white can only be there if we pay tax on that income. And I've given an example many a times. A self-employed professional like us, say earning around 24 lakhs annual, again figure, gross figure, means average 2 lakh per month. if he goes say in a methodical way of just the basic investments, he can pay less than 1 lakh tax. Believe me or not. How do I calculate that? If we go by the presumptive system of taxation by 24, the half will be taken as expenses. That means 12 lakh is absolutely gone in expenses, and the remaining 12 lakh. And if you say invest the bare minimum 2 lakh 35,000, 1.5 in ATC, 50 in ATC CD1B, and your ATC, say ATTTA savings bank account and your medical insurance, that is basically 2 lakh 35,000. And if you deduct from 12 lakh, it becomes 9 lakh 65,000 is the taxable income. And that is the basic minimum deductions I have taken. I'm not going for say wealth creation. I'm just giving an example of say tax saving. And believe me, tax on 10 lakhs is 1 lakh 12,500, going by the conventional regime, not by the new tax regime. So what exactly is there? The situation is there that you will be paying close to lakh. What is the common mentality? 24 लाख इनकम हो गई बॉस, 30% टैक्स लगेगा, 10 लाख से ऊपर 30% लगता है, सो 24 इंटू 3 7 लाख 20,000 टैक्स देना पड़ेगा. Whereas in actuality you will pay less than 1 lakh tax or close to 1 lakh tax. Is it still more? You earning 24 lakhs, 2 lakhs per month, grossing 2 lakhs. I'm not asking about the net income, and you are still paying less than one, and all your income becoming white. What else do you want? The only thing, we are not guided properly. That misconception कि 24 लाख के ऊपर अपने को वो 30% देना पड़ेगा, that perception still remains, and that is why I am here to say debunk a few myths. So plan your taxes so that you can maximize your returns and minimize your losses. Income tax 1961 has been amended many times. Get yourself aware of the various exemptions and deductions. I have a webinar next Saturday as well with IDA Aurangabad. So in that, I'll be taking up the financial literacy part. Again, that presentation would be almost 90% different from today. So, and again, different from the 12th August presentation. That will be basically about financial literacy, exemptions and deductions. So instead of procrastinating until the end, you can plan it from the beginning of the financial year. How much is your income? How much is to there? So if you plan well, you say invest timely, you can actually go about. That is the bare minimum I'm telling you for the saving part, not for the say growth part. I'll come to that as well. So remember, paying your tax is not your foe, it is your friend. Because आप ब्लैक मनी में इन्वेस्ट नहीं कर सकते हैं. You can invest only in white. And white बनाने के लिए आपको टैक्स देना पड़ेगा. There is no way else. Remember this thing. And this is one aspect which actually impedes our progress. So the next concept is the power of compounding. We all dream of becoming rich, but we actually don't know how to create wealth. अगर हम सिर्फ टैक्स सेविंग पे रहेंगे, आई गिव यू एन एग्जांपल ऑफ बेयर मिनिमम 2,35,000. अगर आप उतने पे रहेंगे तो देन यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू क्रिएट वेल्थ. There are two concepts: tax saving and WC, wealth creation. TS and WC, wealth creation. So अगर wealth creation 1 to 10 पे अगर गेज करेंगी, 10th स्टेप पे wealth creation है, तो tax saving is at second or third step or fourth step maximum. So अगर आपने 10 तक जाना है तो you have to go through 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. What do I mean? That if you aim for wealth creation, tax saving तो automatically हो गई. अगर आपने लेट सपोज 10 लाख अ ईयर इन्वेस्ट किया, लेट सपोज 10 lakh a year invest किया, considering you have high income, you can do that. Whereas so that 235 is automatically covered, which I gave you the figure. So remember this part. What I advise is 10 lakh, I just gave an example. 2,35,000 is already there. What I advise is minimum 40,000 per month. अगर इसको एनुअल में करें, मिनिमम 40,000 पर मंथ नहीं हो सकता. देयर आर ऑलवेज गुड एंड बैड मंथ्स इन प्रैक्टिस. ऑफ कोर्स अगेन कोविड टाइम्स डिस्काउंटेड, डोंट टेक कोविड टाइम्स इनटू अकाउंट. लाइफ इज गोइंग टू बी नॉर्मल बैक very soon again. It was normal, it will be normal. Of course the normal may be new normal. You have to understand our limitations, but you really need to understand that if you are say investing 40,000 per month, the annual becomes close to 5 lakhs, 4,80,000. So if you're doing 5 lakhs and you do it for consolidated say 12 to 15 years, believe me or not, you'll be having a good amount of sum as your corpus. And that is where the power of compounding acts. What actually is compounding? 10,000 के ऊपर आपने 7% पे एफ डी किया, लेट सपोज नॉर्मल टाइम, नॉर्मल रिटर्न आई एम टॉकिंग, 7% के हिसाब से आपको 700 रुपये इंटरेस्ट मिला, दैट 700 अगेन गेट्स री इन्वेस्टेड, ऑटोमेटिक रिन्यू आपने करवाया तो 10,700 रिन्यू हुआ. व्हाट डू आई मीन बाय दैट? कि वो 700 भी विल स्टार्ट अर्निंग इंटरेस्ट. दैट इज योर कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट. इंटरेस्ट ऑन इंटरेस्ट is your compound interest. So remember this part. So each time your interest is calculated, the interest earned in previous period forms the part of the principal. Now that 700 is part of the principal, 10,700. So compound will make your money grow at a fast rate. Of course, as the time period increases, as the amount increases, remember these two things, time and amount. When they increase, 10,000 इन्वेस्ट करेंगे तो वो 700 करके बढ़ेगा. 10,000 के मल्टीपल्स होंगे, 10,000 के 10 मल्टीपल्स होंगे तो 1 लाख बनता है, 50 मल्टीपल्स होंगे तो 5 लाख बनता है. तो 50 लाख इंटू 50 इंटू 7 कर दीजिए, कितना बना? 3500. So this is the way you have to actually realize that sorry, 35,000 not 3500, 35,000. That is the way the money gets compounded. वो 70 times 50 times वो करेगा. This is the thing you have to understand. And those who actually understand the value of compounding, they will never shirk from making regular deposits. So the sooner you start investing, compounding में सबसे बड़ा और सबसे प्यारा और इकलौता प्रिंसिपल एक ही है, start early. Start early. Practice management, time management हम लोग बोलते हैं, start early. One of my quotes is there, start early, say plan well, finish early and well. So if you delay your investment, it can be costly. The sooner you start, the sooner you will have a good retirement corpus in hand. Why do we need to actually wait till 60 to retire? 60 is a government age. Why can't we retire at the age of 55? Why can't we retire early? It is up to us. So next concept is saving and investing. Again, like tax saving and wealth creation, there is not much to choose between two. Saving is actually a necessary component of financial planning, and investment activity follows the former. So remember this thing. So there is still a difference between the two activities. What exactly it is? So these both serve actually different time life goals, but let me give you a few some clarity on these. So saving is basically the accumulation of unspent money after deducting all your expenses. जो बच गया वो saving. You can start saving money from any age. We started saving money from our pocket money at whatever time we can. So the primary purpose of the saving is to maintain liquidity and provides fund for future needs in case of an emergency. Saving होएगी तो we can use it for emergency funds. Of emergency funds, I'll be coming to that as well. Those who didn't have savings, didn't have emergency, they actually were the ones who were cribbing the most when the lockdown actually started. So all emergencies can happen unexpectedly, like COVID-19, and we can have certain illness, disability, job loss. Other catastrophic can also strike in life. So ask these questions to streamline your saving activity. Like I gave you a few questions for financial planning. How much to save? What happens if I cannot save? These are the things you have to understand. Obviously, always you have to, whatever you can say, you are in science line, you hate numbers, you hated maths. That is the reason, say, you are here in, say, medical or dental field. But believe me or not, finance is going to come back and haunt you again. And the basic reason behind finance haunting is that because all the growth and success can be measured in numbers. And unless you can measure your success, it can't be measured without that. Unless you see those tangibly, you can't actually assume your progress. So you have to say understand that ways. So it can be any part of your income. It can be 20% of your income. There is a thumb rule. I've given it in many presentations before. The standard rule all over the world which is followed is the 50-30-20 rule. What does it say? It says 50% goes to your income and living cost, 30% for your wants, 50% for your needs, 30% for your wants, and 20% goes into your savings. 20% might look scary initially, but we have to want to start small. You can start with 1 or 2%, especially who are the beginners. They can start with the say smaller figure. But what I will advise always in this case is that I have my own formula for this. I have given an example many a time. It is said that a common man will have 4 decades to earn, but a dentist or a doctor will have almost 3 decades to earn. Considering our late education, considering our late settlement in life, so we have actually, so we need to a common man needs to earn 10% minimum of the gross income, whatever collection is. We need to earn 20%. This 50-30-20 is from your net income, presuming half of your income goes into your expenses or your clinic charges or your clinic expenses, whatever it is. So I actually give a higher figure. So if you go by the 50-30-20 formula, we'll take the same figure of 24 lakhs. Suppose you gross means the total collection of 2 lakhs. 1 lakh are your clinic expenses. We presume 50% of that as going with the presumptive taxation part. So those who have seen my presumptive taxation video, that is also there on YouTube. You can watch presumptive taxation video. So remaining is 1 lakh. Going by the 50-30-20 formula, 50% is your needs, 30 wants, and 20 is your alternate trip. As I have coined this term alternate trip, alternate retirement investment planning. So we need to actually budget our income. So I have devised an alternative to this 50-30-20 formula, the magical Bhavdi formula going by my name. I have my formula says 45, 15, 40. What I've done is take 5 from here, take 15 from here, and add both of that to here. So that rule becomes 45, 15, and 40. 45 for your needs, 15% for your wants, 40 towards your financial goals. And 40% from net means your 20% from gross, which I told you bare minimum for a dentist 20% is minimum, 20% of the gross. A layman needs 10%, we need 20%. So 40% from net is 20 from gross actually. If we go by the formula, same formula, 2 lakhs, 1 lakh clinic expenses, 45 your needs, 15 your wants, and 40,000 goes to your alternate trip. This is the formula. This is the amount I actually want you to do in every month. Of course, it can be in a different mode. The total should be close to 5 lakhs. Total should be close to 5 lakh for your retirement. And those you have who have loan, they should actually try that limit their loan to a minimum amount. You should not be anyways crossing 30 to 40% of your net. So always you need to plan for your retirement. There are no hard rules actually. You can adjust those proportions according to suit your case. And saving is actually about creating a buffer for you in emergencies. And sometimes you will have say saving 70% in a month if you have a high earning month. Sometimes you have a 5% of saving in a month. So the only thing is again balancing out all those things. If you know how to balance out, you will actually say grow more. So you can always increase the percentage of your saving as your income grows. There are always good months in a year. Again, COVID times discounted. Just think about the normal times. So now you have seen the saving part. Let's look at the investment side of financial plan. So investment का मतलब ये होता है कि जो हमने अपने लिए goals रखे हैं. Suppose you are newly you have newly entered into your practice, newly entered into dentistry, I will say. What are your immediate goals? Immediate goals for many would be marriage, setting up clinic. Once those two goals are there, the next goal becomes say bringing a new child into bringing a new family member, the child into the family. Believe me, bringing a small child, the first child especially, is a big expense. It is not a small expense. And then upgradation of the clinic, then say your kid going to the main school, then maybe planning for the second kid. So these are the ways you set yourself a few goals. And unless you build a corpus to say meet those goals, you will be eating from your pocket if you don't do that or you don't plan that. So consider the risk, return, liquidity, tax, and volatility. because the bottom line aim is always you aim to beat the inflation. The first concept I told you, inflation, with as much margin as possible. अगर आपकी कॉस्ट ऑफ लिविंग 10% है, 10% से बढ़ी है सिंस लास्ट ईयर, go and check your figures of February 2019 and 2020. So when the times were normal, when the lockdown had not happened. So if those figures have actually happened, if inflation is there, it has been there, if the actual say cost in living has increased, and you have kept your money in FD at 7.5%. Let's suppose that it was 7% at that time. Your actual carry home return would be say close to 4.5% only. So what do you need to actually? You are actually not even able to beat inflation. The aim is to beat it with a good margin. That is the reason you will not eat. You will eat from your pocket, or eat from your capital, or eat from your corpus, or eat from your savings. All are the same words if I talk it in this way. So let's learn a few things about investment now. So what actually the type of instrument you choose, it will depend upon your goals. As I given you a few goals, हर एक न्यू कमर के लिए क्या क्या गोल्स हैं, सेटल्ड वन के लिए कुछ निकल जाते हैं, कुछ फिर उनके बड़े बच्चे की हायर एजुकेशन के गोल्स आ जाते हैं, फिर मैरिज के गोल्स आ जाते हैं फॉर पीपल हु आर इन से लेट 40s और अर्ली 50s और लेट 50s. सो दोस गोल्स एक्चुअली कम इनटू प्ले. सो अब इसमें तीन तरह के रिस्क टेकर्स होते हैं, हाई, मॉडरेट एंड लो. So high ones would be actually say willing to invest in stock markets. They'll be actually willing to go in for the risk part. They'll go in for the full Monty. So a moderate one will opt for a mutual funds, and a low seeker will put in bank deposits, PPF or bonds. So the definitions of actually these three changed in COVID-19. Mutual funds in the past 5 years have been giving a return of 4.82%. PPF is down at its lowest at 7.1%. But considering all those things, our wants have decreased. Our dining out has stopped. Multiplexes are stopped. Shopping has limited, become very limited. So we are not actually say going in for a vacation. The hotel and the say hospitality and the restaurant industry is actually say suffering a big loss. So if we are actually say having less expenses, that means we'll be needing less money also, because conversely the income is also less. So we'll be needing actually say some amount which can beat our inflation. So we have to pick an instrument depending upon our risk profile, because investment is all about patience. As I told you, 3.5 years of these of my WhatsApp groups which are there now, the sixth group is running. I had actually planned to keep it till 5, but created a sixth one because many one or two people always keep on leaving one group or the other. So I keep on shifting from sixth group to the main groups. So many of them have started actually investing on my hearsay कि सर आपने बोला था तो म्यूचुअल फंड में सिप लगा दी है. एंड दे कॉल मी आफ्टर 3 months 6 months, दे आस्क मी सर आपने बोला था लगाने, लेकिन लगा दी, लेकिन कोई ग्रोथ हुई नहीं है, अभी तो इस वक्त तो रेड में जा रहा है. So I always say that what actually is your aim? What did I tell you? Sir आपने बोला था कि 5 साल इसकी तरफ देखना नहीं है. Why are you saying it after 6 months then? हमेशा long term. I always said amount and time. These are the two things that will actually decide your returns. And investing is a patient job. You actually don't have to always think about say recovering your investment every now and then. So the only golden rule is for compounding as well. जितना जल्दी मल्टीप्लाई करना है अमाउंट ऑफ टाइम के हिसाब से स्टार्ट अर्ली. जितना जल्दी स्टार्ट करेंगे उतना है. अगर आप वेट करते रहेंगे नहीं मार्केट सेटल हो जाए, ये हो जाए, फिर करेंगे, अरे फिक्स्ड फंड्स में कर दो, फिक्स्ड इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स में कर दो, क्या दिक्कत है? इट इज ऑलवेज अवेलेबल. सारा तो पैसा म्यूचुअल फंड में वैसे भी नहीं डालना. इफ यू स्टिल हैव सम क्वाल्म्स अबाउट इट, think again. So the moment you start investing, the power of compounding starts taking action. It will be at a lower action if you say consider the amount and the time. So bank fixed deposit saving hoti hai, investment in mutual fund will actually qualify as an actual investment. And in today's times, even a high earning saving bank account can be considered an investment. Again, a misplaced fallacy for these times only for exceptional time period, and for a few banks only, not for all banks, of course. Of course, I'll be willing to take up all the queries after the session if there are from the group which is present over here. So both saving and say investing are a great way to start the habit of putting your spare change to good use. फिक्स डिपॉजिट में आपको रिटर्न अच्छी मिलेगी, जीरो रिस्क मिलेगा, लेकिन रिटर्न्स जो हैं वो आफ्टर टैक्स विल नॉट बी एबल टू बीट द इन्फ्लेशन बाय अ बिग मार्जिन, दे विल फॉल शॉर्ट बाय अ बिग मार्जिन. Mutual fund will give you good return, and obviously it offers you say avenue to diversify your investments as well. So remember this thing. So आपको मैंने बोल दिया सेव करना है, इन्वेस्ट करना है. You will be actually confused where to invest. This is the time to learn about a new concept. This concept is asset allocation. It is very simple. Don't go by the word asset allocation. It is actually a very simple thing. So when it is about investing, you have to make an investment considering various asset classes. अब asset classes क्या होती हैं? I'll be telling you. Decision आपका उसके बेस पे आएगा. It is a technique by which you actually decide आपकी इनकम कितनी है, आपका रिस्क एपेटाइट कितना है, आपकी एज कितनी. These three things. So primary objective again is to maximize the returns. सबको return चाहिए. The aim is that only. And but risk factors, हर asset class का risk तो होएगा. Primarily mutual fund में 3 asset class होती हैं: equity, debt and cash. So with asset allocation, we actually say balance the investment horizon. Horizon means the time span. Risk appetite, मतलब मेरी risk लेने की ability. Let's suppose I told you to invest 40,000 per month. मैंने आपको बोल दिया साल का 5 लाख के आसपास करना. आप बोलते हो मेरा सर रिस्क एपेटाइट है 20,000 का. ओके, 20,000 लेट्स से 50,000. मेरा सर 10% का रिस्क एपेटाइट है. मैं 50,000 को कर सकता हूँ इन्वेस्ट हर साल एट अ हायर लेवल ऑफ रिस्क. तो दैट 50,000 माइट गिव यू a 30-35% return as well. Yes, some of the small cap equity funds have actually given a return of 35% as well. You will not be able to say even digest this fact, but yes, they have. But they have equally big risk that 50,000 का आपका 5,000 रह जाए. This is a risk you have to take. So मेरा रिस्क है कि मैं 50,000 का रिस्क नहीं ले सकता. मेरा सर 5% का रिस्क है. So okay, मेरा 25,000 का रिस्क हो गया. Somebody will say मेरा सर 2% का रिस्क मैं ले सकता हूँ, 98% मेरा पैसा मेरे को सेव चाहिए. Okay, your risk appetite is 10,000 rupees. So this is the way you have to decide. And these things actually say decrease with age. When you are young, when you have lesser liabilities, a smaller family or almost a no family to maintain, or a family not dependent on your income, if that is the case scenario, you will be say able to take a higher risk. थोड़े हाथ जला लेते हैं, अगर कुछ बना तो बहुत बढ़िया, नहीं बना तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. We have actually say not lost much of it. So this is the way we actually go by the task. So the basic rule of thumb is आपने अब कितना डिवाइड करना है आपके इन्वेस्टमेंट को, कैसे डिवाइड करना है आपके इन्वेस्टमेंट को. The golden rule says go by 100 minus your age. So if you're 30, your 70% should be in equity. Some will say, sir, 70% बहुत ज़्यादा high amount है. For Indian conditions, this formula is modified. Always say use the rule of 80 minus your age. So 50% will still grow in equity. Equity is volatile, लेकिन return equity में ही मिलेगी. Debt is almost equivalent to a FD and a debt fund or a liquid fund, and I don't advise them at all in today's turbulent times. Again, a personal opinion. Experts may vary, but that is my personal opinion. So asset allocation is a very dynamic strategy because as we get old, this portfolio will become more conservative and our shares in equity. Because once you turn 50, if you go by the 80 minus 50 formula, your equity would be 30%. So that is the way. As you grow old, you have more corpus, your actual say returns would be less. That is the thing you have to understand. Not returns, your say investment in dangerous instruments like equity, as people call it. A volatile instrument is a dangerous instrument. It's not exactly. There is always a risk in say investing in market, but that risk is managed a lot great deal by good fund managers. So when you have a goal planning for investment, and somebody at 60 will actually like to have a lesser corpus in a risky fund. He like to have a stable income flowing in, so that he doesn't need to work and something gets into his account every month from the corpus he has. जो आपने पैसे जोड़े हैं उसमें से कुछ ना कुछ इंटरेस्ट आ रहा है एवरी मंथ, जो उनकी कॉस्ट ऑफ लिविंग को डाइजेस्ट कर रहे हैं. Aim is this only. You don't need to. It is very difficult to lead a sorrowful life asking your kids for money, and you can't trust today's kids. You can still can trust your parents, but you can't trust today's kids. I'm sorry to say that. So, but again, like I gave you a budgeting thing, you can design or plan a formula which suits your need, because my needs would be different than your needs. Somebody of my age graduating with me, exactly same age, so but maybe having a marriage at a different time, having a different age kids, might be say my younger one is 3.5 years old, and one of my batchmates son has already done the graduation. So it's almost like a generation difference. So we have to actually realize that certain things actually keep on changing with time. So the next concept is diversification. Treat it also like a rule of thumb, because risk हर इन्वेस्टमेंट में. रॉकेट सिंह पिक्चर आई थी रणबीर कपूर की, उसमें का रिस्क तो स्पाइडरमैन को भी लेना पड़ता है, मैं तो सेल्समैन हूँ. तो इन्वेस्टर को रिस्क तो लेना पड़ेगा. इफ यू हैव टू गेन, यू विन सम, यू लूज सम, यू गेन सम. यू इतने बड़े फंड मैनेजर्स बैठे हैं, इतना पोर्टफोलियोज डिजाइन करके बैठे हैं, कोई सारे लुटाने के लिए थोड़ा ना बैठे पैसे. स्टॉक मार्केट स्टिल कैन बी रिस्की, बट म्यूचुअल फंड्स कैन. Yes, people might be looking at the recent figures, but don't actually say underestimate the long term say returns of the mutual funds or the equity funds. So the higher the sensitivity of asset to market, the riskier the investment is, and market fluctuations hoti rahengi. You don't need to worry about that part, and you need to actually understand the concept of diversification. रिस्क हमेशा दो तरह का होगा, गुड रिस्क एंड दी बैड रिस्क. इट इज नॉट कॉल्ड बैड रिस्क, इट इज कॉल्ड दी बैड रिस्क in simple terminology. So good risk is which will get compensation for risk premium for taking that risk. आपने इन्वेस्ट किया, आपको रिटर्न मिली, आपने रिस्क लिया था तो आपको रिटर्न अच्छी मिल गई. That will be considered as a good risk taking depending upon your say risk taking ability. अब कहीं आपने फंड्स अच्छे चूज किए, आपको सलाहकार अच्छा मिल गया, एडवाइजर अच्छा मिल गया, then the bad risk is the one which you will not get any compensation. डूब गए पैसे तो डूब गए. You drop that fund and move on. You don't actually go on cribbing about it that the whole system is bad. If all dentists are not good, some are bad, so some funds also might be bad. The only thing is you need to avoid bad risk. बस लोग इन्वेस्ट करते हैं हियर से, इसीलिए सब लोगों का पैसा, जिनको शिकायत है उनका पैसा डूबता इसीलिए है. द प्रॉब्लम इज दैट हर म्यूचुअल फंड का सारी कैटेगराइजेशन, उनकी सेक्टरल रिटर्न्स, उनका सारा ब्रेकअप इज अवेलेबल ऑनलाइन, इज अवेलेबल इन द say in their offer document. It is available as a riskometer of different categories on the website, but people don't do their homework. They actually invest on hearsay. मैंने आज ZBiz पे सुना था कि वो कह रहा था कि फंड में लगा दो. People ask me a lot in March, April and May, sir किस फंड में पैसे लगा. I actually gave them names also. A few of them were say seconded by Z Business as well, so luckily for me. So but it does not mean that I am a perfect advisor. What I can advise is my advice can go wrong as well. So similar can happen for other advices as well. So do your own homework. Why do we need to always rely on hearsay? So then manage your portfolio in a manner so that you can actually gain from your risk. Because risk लिए बिना higher return तो नहीं आएगी. Stable return आ जाएगी, moderate return आ जाएगी, less return आ जाएगी, लेकिन higher return नहीं आएगी risk लिए बिना. So the golden rule is never put all eggs in one basket. Diversification का सबसे बड़ा aim यही है. अब लोग बोल देते हैं डाइवर्सिफिकेशन कर लो, थोड़ा यहाँ डाल दो, थोड़ा वहां डाल दो, नॉट पुट ऑल एग्स इन वन बास्केट. पीपल विल आस्क, सर इसका एक्चुअली मतलब समझाओ सिंपल भाषा में. So I'll just simplify it for you. You put in some money in your emergency funds. You put in some money at a high growing equity, depending upon your age, as you said, or as much as risk you can. let's suppose an average return of a mutual fund is 12 to 15%. You put some money in PPF as well. Again, अगर टैक्स सेविंग पार्ट से देख रहे हैं तो 2,30,35,000 पे कहानी खत्म हो जाएगी. बट अगर आप वेल्थ क्रिएशन के हिसाब से देख रहे हैं तो लुक एट अ बिगर फिगर. 5 लाख करना है, उसमें से सिप कितनी चलानी, ब्रेकअप कीजिए सेपरेटली. मैंने आपको 40,000 फिगर पर मंथ दिया साल का. डोंट लुक एट द मंथली फिगर, लुक एट द एनुअल फिगर. 4,80,000 और 5 लाख, उसमें से 1.5 आपने सोच लीजिए कि आपने पीपीएफ में डालना है, पहले दिन डाल दिया. ठीक है. यू हैव अ किड, गर्ल चाइल्ड, बहुत बोनस है, उसका पीपीएफ में भी डाल दीजिए थोड़ा सा अमाउंट, थोड़ा सुकन्या में डाल दीजिए. लेट्स सपोज 1 लाख डाला, 50-50 डाला, बचा 2.5 लाख. हैव एटलीस्ट 3 to 4 mutual funds, not more. Don't go on building a huge portfolio of 20 funds. मार्केटिंग लैंग्वेज में एक भाषा होती है, सर म्यूचुअल फंड्स कितने, जितने आपके बच्चे. ऑब्वियसली पुराने जमाने में लोगों के 7-7 8-8 बच्चे होते थे, बट इट डजंट होल्ड ट्रू इन टुडेज टाइम. टुडे मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल हैव 1 or 2 kids only. So you actually need to realize that you can say minimize your risk potential by having lesser mutual funds. Do your homework and invest in that. Then what is the actual figure to be taken into that part? How do you go about that part? Let's suppose आपकी 5,000 की सिप चल रही है in 4 funds. कितना हो गया? 5,000 into 4, 20,000. 20,000 into 12, 2,40,000. अपना बेसिक एम मीट हो गया. उसके बाद भी आपको लगता है कि मैं कुछ इन्वेस्ट कर सकता हूँ, पुट सम अमाउंट इन गोल्ड इफ यू कैन. अब गोल्ड पे बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग सिनेरियो है. गोल्ड वेंट अप टू ऑलमोस्ट 60, 58, 59. अ फ्यू पीपल एक्चुअली आस्क्ड मी, सर मेरे को गोल्ड फैमिली फंक्शन पे मिला था, वेडिंग पे मिला था, मेरा लोन चल रहा है, क्या मैं गोल्ड बेच के अपना लोन चुका सकती हूँ? मोस्ट ऑफ द वंस हु आंसर्ड मी आस्क्ड मी वर द फीमेल्स. they said why not, गोल्ड एज इन्वेस्टमेंट ही है ना, इट इज अ गुड हेज. सो अब मैं आपको बात समझा रहा था डाइवर्सिफिकेशन की. कुछ आपको 12 से 15% दे रही है, कुछ आपको 7-8% दे रहा है. बीच में जो गोल्ड है वो हेज है, वो बैलेंस आउट करता है. बेसिक एम ये है कि इन दोनों को बैलेंस करके आप 10% पे आ जाए. गवर्नमेंट फिगर जो मर्जी का है, गवर्नमेंट फिगर जो मर्जी का, योर एक्चुअल कॉस्ट ऑफ लिविंग ऑलमोस्ट इंक्रीजेस बाय 10%. In today's time when the wants are limited, it might not be, it might be coinciding with a government figure, but yes, we have to beat inflation in that aspect. So once you do that, you balance out. आपका 7 और 8 और 12 और 15 बीच में आके बैलेंस हो गया 10% पे. बीच में अगर आपने गोल्ड डाल दिया तो गोल्ड ग्रो कर गया, तो उसने और हेज कर दिया. दिस इज द वे यू एक्चुअली लुक एट दिस सिनेरियो, हाउ टू बैलेंस आउट द थिंग्स. डाइवर्सिफिकेशन, गॉड फॉरबिड आपका म्यूचुअल फंड का पैसा डूब गया या रेड जोन में चला गया, which actually happened in these past 5-6 months. The fixed instruments जैसे आप पीपीएफ सुकन्या, वो तो वही है. 7.9 से 7.1 आया, चलो हार्डली अ डिफरेंस ऑफ 0.7 पॉइंट, वो वैसे भी आना ही था because the balance out was pending since long. बैंकों के पास पैसा ज्यादा हो गया था, तो वो वही रहा. इधर बीच में जो हेज था आपका गोल्ड, वो ग्रो कर गया. तो द एक्चुअल फिगर वाज बैलेंस आउट. ऊपर से हमारी वांट्स डिमिनिश कर गई, सो द फिगर स्टिल रिमेन गुड. वो जो नीचे गया म्यूचुअल फंड, वो हमेशा वहां नहीं रहेगा, इट विल कम बैक टू इट्स नॉर्मल. अगर हमारी लाइफ नॉर्मल होनी तो उसकी भी लाइफ नॉर्मल होगी कभी ना कभी. पीपल एक्चुअली लुक एट, या स्टॉक मार्केट तो पुराने रेट पे पहुंच गई, 38-39 टच कर रही है, 40 भी हो जाएगी, हाईएस्ट 42-41 रहा है. तो म्यूचुअल फंड क्यों मेरे रेट में चल रहे हैं? रिमेंबर, ओनली अ पोर्शन इज इन्वेस्टेड इन द स्टॉक मार्केट, नॉट. तभी तो कहता हूँ ऑफर डॉक्यूमेंट पढ़िए, उसमें देखिए कहाँ इन्वेस्ट किया आपके फंड ने. दिस इज द वे यू एक्चुअली लुक एट इट. सो डाइवर्सिफाई मींस अगर एक पोर्शन नीचे भी चला गया तो दूसरी पोर्शन उसको बैलेंस आउट कर ले, आपका नेट रिटर्न उतना रहे या कम रहे, तो आपके एक्सपेंसेस कम हो गए, वॉन्ट्स कम हो गई. दिस इज द वे यू एक्चुअली लुक एट इट. डोंट लुक एट इट कि मेरे को तो यार, मैं तो डूब गया, मेरा तो म्यूचुअल फंड नीचे चले गए. दैट इज वाई ऑलवेज ये नहीं कहते कि सारा पैसा मार्केट में मत डालो, म्यूचुअल फंड में मत डालो. This is the way you actually have to look at it. So investing surplus cash again increases your, say, risk of losing more money. एक एसेट में सबसे ज्यादा डाल दो। यार म्यूचुअल फंड 15% दे रहा है तो सारा पैसा म्यूचुअल फंड में डाल दो। रॉन्ग अप्रोच, रॉन्ग अप्रोच। आई गिव यू अ ब्रेकअप, मैंने आपको ब्रेकअप दिया, 5 लाख का ब्रेकअप मैंने दे दिया आपको, बड़ा सिंपल तरीका। सो ऑप्ट फॉर अ वेल डाइवर्सिफाइड पोर्टफोलियो, टेक एडवाइस फ्रॉम अ गुड एडवाइजर क्लोज टू यू whom you can trust. So diversification is actually the way to balance out. जैसे इसमें पोर्टफोलियो रीबैलेंसिंग और बहुत टर्म्स होती हैं, रिस्क अवर्स रेशियोज, मेनी थिंग्स आर देयर। ऑफ कोर्स आई एम स्टिकिंग टू बेसिक्स पार्ट्स ओनली। सो अब डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन मींस स्टॉक्स, बॉन्ड्स, रियल एस्टेट, कहाँ का इन्वेस्टमेंट किया, गुड एंड बैड रिस्क, यू हैव टू आइडेंटिफाई दैट। सो इक्विटी में कोई गारंटेड रिटर्न्स नहीं होती हैं। दिस फिगर, दिस लाइन यू हैव टू नीड टू रिमेंबर। अगर आप गेन कर रहे हैं तो आप तारीफ नहीं कर रहे हैं ना, तो फिर लूज कर रहे हैं तो शिकायत क्यों कर रहे हैं? दैट इज द एम यू शुड एम एट एक्चुअली। अगर वन एसेट गिरता है तो इट इज ऑफसेट बाय द राइज इन द प्राइस ऑफ अनदर एसेट। दिस इज द थिंग टू अंडरस्टैंड। म्यूचुअल फंड गिरे तो गोल्ड कहां पहुंच गया? गोल्ड वाज एट 42 इन February March. It almost grew by 20%. No, sorry, it grew by say 40% to 60,000. And what else do you want? Yes, again it is correcting, it is coming back, but then again वो ऊपर जा रहा है, नीचे आ रहा है, तो म्यूचुअल फंड ऊपर जा रहा है. So these are the things we have to understand, the market fluctuations, and these things will need to be taken, say, into account. So the risk is there, but the returns are also, the risk versus return trade-off needs to be understood. I come to almost the second last topic, loan management. This is one aspect I always like to discuss with the dentists, because dentists are the ones which who always say stay in the, say, loan umbrella, I will say. So if we are carrying the burden of debt or loan, we need to manage it well. Otherwise, we get trapped into the vicious debt cycle, and that will actually go on, say, making our life uncomfortable. So let me give you a few tips to check your burden of debt and make it healthy for you. Of course, being a banker's son, I will always advise against the loans. Surely and favorably against the loans. But yes, I understand in today's times, many of us, when we graduate or postgraduate, we need to actually put in a lot of money into opening up our clinic, and we don't want to put stress or burden on our parents. So this is the way we can actually say, we think that we can go ahead. So the number one thing for loans is to know your credit score. It is very, say, important to know how much loan you are taking, and how much is the EMI, and how much is your credit score actually affecting, because credit score will determine how healthy your returns have been, returns back to the, say, financial institution wherever you've taken your loan. Then be your own debt manager, because it is sometimes a challenging task, and when you seek credit counseling, it can be expensive. But what we can do is that manage it ourselves, and for that you need a plan and a goal. And the aim is to curb further borrowing. ये चस्का है एक तरह का, अगर चस्का लग जाए लोन लेने का तो वो हटता नहीं है. एंड रिमेंबर दैट उस चस्के के चक्कर में हमारी ऑलरेडी EMI कितनी है. एज आई सेड, योर टोटल लोन शुड नॉट इन से बी मोर देन 30 to 40% of your total net income, not your gross but your net income, should never be more. So this can be done by saving enough money to finance your loans. जो मैंने 45, 15, 40 आपको दिया था, उसमें 40 में पेइंग बैक लोन्स एंड इन्वेस्टमेंट था. So loans paying back should be a priority. If you can manage some part or limit your loan part, you should actually balance it out with some investment in those periods as well when you're paying loan. But don't take a loan without analyzing your situation. Then avail loans at cheaper rate. Do a whole survey. Again, don't go by the bank closest to you. ये मेरे सबसे पास है, इससे लोन ले लेता हूँ, या ये बैंक अच्छा लगता है मुझे, मैं इससे लोन ले लेता हूँ. Depending upon those things, go do a research and say explore avenues and say take loan from them. So then there are some banks which offer credit card also at low interest rates. Obviously, credit card is the worst form of credit. I don't encourage taking loan on any kind of cash credit on say your credit card, or doing any kind of, say, cash dealing in your credit card, or not paying your, say, due EMI of your or EMI or your installment of your credit card. So otherwise, you'll all be say in a debt trap. So then ensure timely payment of the loan. So you need to know that what is the due date. Always pay before the due date. Don't go on taking कि 50-day free credit है तो उसका ले लें. क्रेडिट कार्ड की बात कर रहा हूँ मैं. नॉर्मल भी EMI हो उसके लिए आपने ECS लगाई हो. मेक श्योर योर बैंक इज टॉप्ड अप फंड्स. उसमें आप it does not create a problem for you. So and don't pay a penalty on your outstanding balance. Extra cash flow is not productive, and it should be limited to a great deal. So defaulting on your EMI payment should not be there. Always remember this should not be there. So you have to actually prioritize. So allocate your resources to various goals, and because if you go on committing defaults, your credit score will be lowered, and your future loans will be in jeopardy. You won't be able to take it as much as you want. So because if you have to ensure timely payments, start living the life of a normal human being. Stop living life king size. If your sources or your say income avenues are not that great, then as I said, the credit card balance is the worst form of debt. People always say यार 3 से 4% है सिर्फ, बस 3 से 4% per month होता है. That means 36 to 48% of interest you are paying. Then late payment charges, finance charges, and default charges. That blows out of proportion. उसके अलावा आपका करते हैं. And many people actually pay the minimum amount. They don't understand कि उनका क्या नुकसान हो रहा है. तो वो आपका जो क्रेडिट चार्ज बढ़ता जा रहा है, तो वो आपका इतना डेट क्रिएट कर देगा कि आपके लिए बहुत प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगा. And you need to actually track your credit behavior as well. So multiple credit cards apply करेंगे तो your credit score will be adversely affected, because they will actually go on say hitting your credit score for inquiry. That will be known as a hard hit. When you do it, it will be as a soft hit or a soft inquiry. And when the credit institution does it sometimes repeatedly, it becomes a hard hit, and it actually lowers your credit score. Not in all cases, but sometimes. So do not say go on creating assets to say pay off your credit card. Do not take loans to invest. That is the bottom line. So always pay your credit card debt in full. Then for loans, always pay your expensive debts first. You may be having a lot of loans, but if you're planning to get rid of this debt, sometimes it will be difficult. So always better to pay off your expensive debts first, which are at a higher rate of interest, and then go on simultaneously, say go on, which are the smaller. Or you can actually do say porting off your loan to a bank which offers you lesser rate of interest. So some debts will be more expensive always. So pay off most expensive debt first, and then pay off the remaining debts. So keep paying at least the minimum balance or the minimum due AMIs. Obviously, अगर इतने सारे loan लिए हैं आपने, तो you need to realize first that you should have at least the avenues to earn. If you're not having avenues to earn, believe me, it is your mistake. It is your mistake altogether. So that is the way you actually need to realize. So that is the problem we all have been engulfed in many a times, and these debts which are sometimes smaller in size need to be paid off. Do not postpone their payments, and learn to analyze good debts and bad debts, because good debts will always have a lower rate of interest, and like home loans, they are the say ones, or education loan, and they come with the advantage of income tax rebate as well, both of them. But bad debts are also there, which are expensive, like credit card debts, or if we talk of the normal one, the personal loans, which are almost the double of the home loans. If they come at 7 to 8%, they come at 15 to 16 to 17%. Avoid bad debts as much as possible. And believe me, home loan will be difficult to take, but personal loan will be available. They give the example, जितनी देर में Ben Johnson या जितनी देर में that 100-meter dasher finishes his say 100-meter race, they'll disburse you the loan. Actually, SDFC has been promoting this. Get a loan in 10 seconds. So 10 seconds or 9 point something seconds, 9.28 is the world record for say 100-meter dash. So with patience, self-discipline and commitment, you can accomplish your debt goals as well. Never go beyond chaddar jitni hai utne hi pair pasare. That is the common golden old saying. We all know that. Always try to cut off the shackles of debt as much as possible, because जब तक debt रहेगा तब तक आप अपनी इन्वेस्टमेंट प्लानिंग नहीं क्रिएट कर पाएंगे, और जब तक इन्वेस्टमेंट प्लानिंग नहीं क्रिएट कर पाएंगे तब तक आप आपका फ्यूचर सिक्योर नहीं कर पाएंगे. These things are actually say which will decide your say future. So the last topic for today, emergency funds. So if you find yourself caught with unexpected expenses like we all had in COVID-19, actually नहीं होना चाहिए था. इनकम कम हुई तो क्या हुआ, एक्सपेंसेस तो हमारे ऑलमोस्ट नील रहेंगे. वी ऑल वर सिटिंग इन आवर बर्मुडास एंड टी शर्ट्स इन आवर रेजिडेंसेस फॉर ऑलमोस्ट 2 months. Some of us are still supposed to, whenever there's a sealing of our area or the area is declared a micro containment zone or a containment zone, which ways, so we just had say our dal roti and chawal to eat. Expenses should not have been a big deal, but actually the people didn't have a bare minimum emergency fund. What should be the amount of emergency fund? I always believe अपनी अपनी हैसियत और औकात के हिसाब से minimum 2 lakhs to 7 lakhs depending upon the individual. It is basically as a cover for your rainy days, and it actually gives you financial security and keeps you stress free. अगर stress आया उन दिनों में महीने बाद ही, because we didn't have it. The ideal ratio says कि आपके 6 months के expenses के equivalent आपको emergency fund होना चाहिए, or 3 months of gross income. One the same thing, because we assume expenses are 50%. So creating it is simple. थोड़ा थोड़ा अपने पैसे से अलग करते जाइए and stick to a budget and do not overspend. The bottom line will still remain that only. So my say advice is always to save this money in a high earning saving account. People will say keep this money in a fixed deposit or a liquid fund, others advice, but this is my advice since almost 2 years now. Recently CEO of Paisa Bazaar actually say seconded my advice. It was a heartening thing. On 27th of July only I read this article. So he actually advised to keep this money in high earning saving account, because you have a cushion of ATTTA as well. What is ATTTA? As I said, I'll be having a webinar next week. So most of you will be say able to watch it on my page as it is there today. It will be streamed live on that page, because that is supposed to be for Idea Aurangabad members. So you will not be getting the Zoom login. So keep it in a high earning savings bank account and automate this process so that the bank transfers that money to your emergency fund every month, if you have done it that way. So otherwise, if you don't do that, you will not have any money saved off. And remember, don't touch this money unless you are actually say in dire straits or dire needs of this. So lastly, the best thing I can say is stay safe, get insured. Insurance is a must. Life insurance, and for doctors and dentists, particularly dentists, disability insurance. The second thing, again, what is the life insurance means? The term cover, term plan, not your endowment plans, and minimum 1 crore of term plan. Obviously, if you opt for the term plan, it will not be very expensive. So along with the similar disability cover is a must. Health insurance, minimum 5 lakhs for every dentist. Do your research, get back to me. I'll guide you whatever we can. And then liability insurance, or we call it the professional indemnity, which is also a must. And if possible, obviously car insurance is a must, and home insurance if you can. Uh, Home insurance means all your say covered against any kind of damages of say even natural disaster are there covered. So you have to balance out your say income and your debt and your retirement and your savings and your investments. So a good financial plan is the one which helps you achieve your financial goals, and it provides you right funds at the right time in the right amount. Amount is that. So अगर आपने सेव ज़्यादा किया होगा, तो बॉटम लाइन जैसे मैंने आपको बोला, अमाउंट एंड द टाइम. अगर आपने इन्वेस्ट या सेव ज़्यादा किया है, टाइम ज़्यादा हो गया, तो रिटर्न भी ज़्यादा आएगी. So the more security will be there in your minds. I have my future secured, so I was not worried at all if I was closed down for 2 months. Obviously, I was doing emergency consultations only. but even that was not good enough to say give me even 1/10 of the income of what I was earning. But that is fine enough. You have good times and bad times in life. Rather, actually, my first 3 months of this year, Jan, Feb, and March, were almost 2x or 3x. So, which actually meant that I had already earned for say the next 2 to 3 months already. So why should I be bothered? So even if I was not there, I have my emergency fund cut out. I have a sleeping income flowing in. The in planning should make sure that you have a sleeping income flowing in, however at an amount, however at a different percentage. So if you don't know where to begin, sometimes it might seem complicated to you. Have advice from a financial advisor. So learn financial concepts, retirement planning, because it comes with happiness, hobbies, healthcare, and insurance. So thank you so much for your patient hearing. So I hope I was on sticking to time, 1 hour and 7 minutes, I guess. So next session will be for the paid group next week. Uh, I have not decided the day as such, but the timing would be same, 7:30 p.m. It'll be on time management for dentists, like the last week topic, which was their anger management. This week it is time management for the paid group members. So for the say free group members, I'll be discussing, divulging the topic. Maybe next to next week, I'll be discussing in the group as well. So this is my YouTube channel. It is actually very surprising that we are close to more than actually 1,300 members in 6 groups or 5.5 groups, whatever, 5.10 groups, and only 18 to 20 members are present in the say webinar. It is actually disheartening for me to make any efforts. If I go by the text way, people complain that text is not understandable, one to one is more understandable, or in a video ways it is more understandable. I started putting on YouTube, there were very few views comparatively. Then I taking the webinars, even till I can see the attendance what it is. So please do whatever 18, 19, 20 members you are, kindly give me your valuable feedback at my number or on the page or on the WhatsApp group, wherever you want to pay. So bookers and bookbacks would be say welcome in equal measure. And thank you. And I stopped the share for your questions from all 18 of you. And I'll check my page as well if there are any. I don't think so. There should be any. So I'll just change the settings. Okay. Okay, you can unmute yourselves and ask your questions. Dr. Harshada, do we have any insurance for dental offices? Yes, you can go in for insurance of your expensive equipment in your clinic. They all can be covered against the theft insurance or against any natural disaster. You can unmute. I've changed the settings. You can unmute yourself and ask any one of you live if you want. Any questions? No questions. So let me just check the page if there are any questions on the page. If there are not any, we'll call it a day. Yes, Akshay, go on, please. You can unmute yourself. Sorry. Yes, Akshay, go on. Akshay, unmute yourself and you can ask. Sir, if the indemnity fund is not called into play, do we get a return? Indemnity fund means professional indemnity, you're asking? Some of the companies actually say will give you a no claim bonus kind, not all, but a few companies you have to check out. There again, the key is reading all the offer documents, because those things will be coming in handy for what you are actually doing it. Because we don't read such things. We actually go in for only with the hearsay information. आपने किसमें लगाया, उसने किसमें लगाया, so whatever it is. अजय खत्री सर, हाउ मच एनुअल रिटर्न इज गुड फॉर वंस इन्वेस्टमेंट? सर आप मेरे से बड़े एक्सपर्ट हो इस मामले में. What I feel is in today's time, in today's turbulent times, in the coming 1 year, say going from March to March, even if we have close to say 7% returns, I'll consider them very handy. For a normal time, say non-COVID times or COVID times discounted, I'll consider a decent enough returns of 10 to 12% average as a very good one comparatively. Of course, there is no limit or there is no end to greed, but a minimum 10 to 12% would be desirable. Of course, again, the amount and the time matters. If the amount invested is small, how much time will you give? You will still not have a good amount of returns. But for today's time, 7 to 8% would be very good for me until the next March or April, considering I believe that COVID should go by maximum by December. And if not, I should expect things to get normal by March. But if not, then till the turbulent times are there, 7 to 8, and beyond that, 10 to 12 is the bare minimum which I'll expect. So for start clinic, can you guide about loan plan? It depends on what is your budget in this situation. In COVID times, you have to, the first thing is always a budget. List out the things where you actually want to invest. What is the amount you want to spend on interior? What is the amount you spend on your armamentarium, your chair? Your go with the architectural planning, because they can actually save you a lot of money. Sometimes you need to pay them, but a good architect will actually save you a lot of money. Because if once you start your practice, you will have so many problems coming in. Believe me, uh, uh, many of the fittings have to be underground in our practice. People have had problems that wherever the say the pests or the say insects or many things have caused damage in open fittings or when they were not grounded. Believe me, I had my clinic fittings done in 2002 in my new clinic, and they were done underground at that time. Obviously, they were all done with my planning only, not with the architectural planning. Today, when I renovated my clinic from outside, it was done with an architectural planning. But my advice had a big role to play in that, and yes, I vouch on that. I really do a good planning in those aspects, and I'm really happy with the outcome what it is. So if your budget is 10 lakh, 10 lakh is the budget on what? Your interior or your machinery? Because I believe all your clinic armamentarium will take close to 10 lakhs. If you even buy the decent, go by the decent investments only, the chair, the X-ray, or the basic things, your things would go. And interior is again a big headache. You can't start in a shabby clinic, shabby looking clinic. I will say you have to put in some amount, but you can't actually go beyond overboard the budget as well, because you really need to understand the economics of your area first. For that, the first thing always is that you understand your geography or the demographics of your area, where you're opening up, what is your target group of audience, what kind of say patients you expect in your clinic in the coming scenarios, who are the dentists or how many dentists are there actually. And if you can develop a friendly rapport with them, just go and ask, and have an observation of what kind of work they do. Then obviously there will be always room for existence of both good and bad workers in dentistry. And but that always does not mean, you have to understand your geography first. If you are in a smaller area, you don't invest on flashy equipment or flashy interiors. If you because many patients would be pissed off only by that thing only, that डॉक्टर की दुकान बहुत ऊंची हाई फाई लगती है, लेट्स स्किप फ्रॉम दैट, इसके शायद रेट भी पहले से हाई होंगे. सो द डेमोग्राफिक्स इज द फर्स्ट थिंग, and the budgeting is the second thing, and the planning is the third thing in that. So don't go by just the amount first, go by the area population needs and what you actually what. And then another aspect which I forgot to tell, sorry, and what are your like and love subjects which you like to do, and invest on that only. Just because there have been, let's suppose you are a surgeon, or you prefer doing a surgery, or you prefer doing a crown prep or a prosthetic work, you should not be actually investing in endo just because that you see people obsessed with white lines on uh, Facebook or social media. You shouldn't only be going for endo investments as well, because and that is where the area feedback does matter a lot. So take all these factors into account and then decide what actually needs to be done. So any more queries? Okay. Okay, then exactly 1 hour, 15, 16 minutes, and we are done. So thank you so much. Paid group members, I'll be meeting you next week, mid of the week. And free group members, you can actually watch my session next Saturday on financial literacy uh, on my page as well. So if you're not connected to me on FB, you can click on like and follow the page so that you will be notified whenever I am live. So thank you so much. I hope the session was worth it. Please do post your feedback in the group in whatever way you can. I'll be really happy to see you posting or happy to see that. Thank you so much. Take care. Have a safe and a good weekend, and bye bye.